Hey everyone, and welcome to another Untold Stories podcast. Today we're going to talk about the Sailfly tournament, both Islamorada and Casa Vieja in Guatemala, which was added last year to the series, and it had turned out to be one of the best places we've gone. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to go through what it's all about and share it with you. Javier got to go last year and experience the whole thing for the first time, and I'm sure you're probably excited to get back down there.
Oh, it was definitely one of the best places on earth, I would say, especially to go fishing.
Well, considering you've never done anything like that, and out of the gate he goes to Guatemala. I mean, It was pretty special. But
here, grab a fly rod. Good luck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, it's a place, speaking of Casa Vieja, it's a place where you can go and in a short amount of time, most of these trips, I do hosted trips that are 3 to 4 days, and the tournament itself is a 4-day tournament, 4 days of fishing. And you're going to have double-digit days where you're going to see 15, 20 sailfish, 5 or 6 marlin. That happens in a day per boat. So when you start adding up the numbers and the opportunities, that's why we go there. That's why the Sailfly just was a perfect marriage for Casa Vieja. The accommodations are first class. The boats are first class. The crews, everything is just top notch. And you know, that's the whole secret to it is having a good time and really enjoying doing something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, if you follow Casa Vieja on Instagram or Facebook and you look at what they post on the daily, any Wednesday or any day of the week, doesn't matter what time of year, there's easily anywhere from 25 to 50 releases on sailfish per boat. Yeah. And that's mind-blowing, because out here, you know, you go fishing all day, you come back with 6, you had an amazing day. That's
a big day.
Out there, you come back with 6, and, you know, the mates are wondering what they did wrong.
Right.
Because it's a different fishery, and it's a lot more exciting, you know, with the numbers.
Well, that's what it's all about. Yep. You know, they live there. The Pacific Ocean, you know, Panama, Costa Rica, Guatemala, it has such an abundance of numbers of fish, bodies of fish, from sailfish to marlin. You've got striped marlin, blue marlin, black marlin. The reason we do it in the fall, this year's tournament will be November 6th through the 11th. And we still have openings. If anybody would like to go, there's 4 boats available still. And the whole resort, we have reserved, and all of their boats, which are 8 boats that they have, 4 are reserved now. But they also have dolphin and tunas, yellowfin tunas as well, kind of as a bycatch. It's always nice to catch a dolphin early on, because that's your lunch every day. Yeah. They cook fresh fish for you on the grill, on the boat, and there's nothing better than that.
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing that delays that is that the fish has to die.
Right.
You know, but
gotta stop wiggling.
Yeah, I mean, I remember last year, you know, they kind of come around to everybody. They go, "Oh, well, what do you want, a hamburger or you want some chicken?" And you kind of go, "You're about to cook for us," you know, and you know, everyone kind of gets a hamburger, you know, cheeseburger or whatever it is, and you know, all of a sudden you hear Dorado, Dorado, and you know, you cast the fly rod out, and now everyone's having fresh fish.
Well, the appetizers, you know, you come in from fishing, yep. They greet you when you get off the van with a drink of the day, whatever it might be. So you belly up to the bar.
Yeah, come back at appetizers.
You swim in the pool, but as you're doing that, they've got hors d'oeuvres, whether it's, you know, seared tuna,
yep,
chicken wings, dolphin, fried dolphin. I mean, you're going to get appetizers. You're going to eat and drink until you can't anymore.
Absolutely.
And you know, they're constantly can't do enough for you.
Yep.
You know, it's a place. I think it's the coolest place on planet Earth. I started going to Casa Vieja about 11 years ago, and it's one of those things that as long as I'm physically able to go do it, I'm going.
Yeah.
And if my friends want to join me, that's even better. So when I took over the Sailfly a few years ago from Sandy Moret that started it, we had the Islamorada Sailfly, which is where it all started back in 2001.
Yep.
And every January, it's 2 days here that we have the tournament, usually a Wednesday and Thursday. But to catch them here, it's a little bit different because you use live bait. You're teasing with live ballyhoo. Yep. Unlike in Casa Vieja, you're trolling. So here, you might get one shot, you might get 10 shots. It happens really quick because it's live bait fishing. And, the numbers are never high. There's been some years where the Challenger has caught, I think 4 maybe was the biggest number in Islamorada for 2 days of fishing. They caught 4, Captain Rob Dixon. Mel Walker on the gotcha with Timmy Klein and his brother Robert. I think they caught 3 one year. They caught a doubleheader, which is super cool. And it's a tournament that you can't feel bad for somebody catching one because you know what it takes to do it. So many things have to go right.
All of the stars have to line up.
And one thing is out of whack and it doesn't work. So the Islamorada is different in that regard. It's in January. We usually have, we max out at 20 boats. Last year, I think we had 14. Hopefully this year, we're going to be back up to 20 with a waiting list because we did have some great numbers. I think we raised 72 or 75.
70. I think Mel Walker raised 75% of them.
Well, no, that was Brian.
Oh,
Brian
Cohn. That's right.
Yeah. I told him if he ever figures out how to catch these
showers.
things, we're in big trouble. We won't have a chance.
He was seeing them, that's for sure.
But and then when you start looking at how difficult it is here in the few shots, I started thinking, man, Casa Vieja's like a training camp. That's a place where you can go, you can get the experience in a short amount of time. You can learn how to fight them. You can learn how to tease them. You can learn how to hook them. Yeah. And that's why you go to Casa Vieja. So last year, when I put it out to some guys and said, hey, why don't we take this thing to Guatemala? Guys jumped on it, and we went down there and had some great fishing. I think our numbers, we raised 142 sails.
And 28 blue marlin. And then, bites, we got 73 bites on sailfish and 8 bites with the marlins. And we released a total of 29 sailfish and 4 blue marlins. And Miguel, actually, on your boat was one of the blue marlins that was released. I want to say, I know Audrey and Robert Collins caught one.
Yeah, Robert fought one for a long time.
All day.
And, that's the thing. I said at the captain's meeting, I go, guys, look, you're going to have shots at marlin. That's just what's going to happen. And you need to decide if you want to spend all day doing it, or you want to maybe not do it and move on to something else, because I figured out it's about an hour for every 100 pounds. If everything goes right.
Yeah.
So a 200-pound marlin's going to be 2 hours to 3 hours, depending on what happens. My teammate, Miguel Sosa, did catch a blue marlin right around 200 pounds. And of course it wasn't my turn, and which was fine. I caught one down there a few years ago. I'm good. And we caught it, got the fly out, so we got max points. Yeah. So it worked out great. He did an amazing job. And, that's the other thing in this tournament. You get bonus points for taking the fly out. So it's one thing to wind that fish up to the nail knot and say, I caught one. But it's another 150 or 200 bonus points if you take the fly out. Actually grab the fish and take the fly out. That's truly a caught fish. Yeah. And we were able to do that. The guys on the release fought one. Bernard fought one for a while and had to break it off because of time restrictions to get back to the marina. So that one day, Wesley and Betsy, I think they hooked 4 or 5, but they were all big.
There was a day that all they caught and saw was marlin. I think it was the second day.
That was the second day. The marlin just came to town. Yeah.
And
some of the video of Wesley that I saw of her in the back of the boat, on, and these things jumping. I mean, they were 300-400 pounders, which was beautiful to see and watch, but very difficult to catch on a 20-pound tippet. So but they still won the tournament.
11 sails. They caught and removed the fly on all of them.
Yeah.
So
that was
that's what took them home.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, they got the fly out on every one, so they got the bonus points for every one. Yeah.
And credit to the mates, by the way, because I know we have some videos that we'll show, but grabbing the bill of a marlin or a sailfish and taking the fly out of the thing's mouth is not an easy. It's not an easy job.
Well, and hanging on, that's the thing, because when
staying in the boat,
you grab a hold of their face, they start thrashing around, going back and forth, and it's hard to, keep that vice grip on them and not let go. And a lot of times you could do that and pop the tippet, and it doesn't count.
Yeah.
So it's critical for everything to go right, and we're hoping this year to have a good turnout. We're looking forward to it. Travel has been not a problem with everyone. The COVID thing doesn't seem like it's holding anybody back. So if anybody has any interest in going with us, Casa Vieja, Guatemala, November 7th through 11, we still have room, and you can go on our website, IslamoradaSailfly.com, or you can call us, email us, whatever's easier, and come check it out. It's one of my favorite places to go.
Yeah, again,
hands down.
It's it's an all-inclusive resort. You get there, you get picked up in a van owned by the lodge,
or you can fly the helicopter.
Well, that's going to be the difference between last year and this year. Is that some of us will fly in the helicopter.
Yes.
So
I want to do the helicopter.
You
ride.
get to the lodge, and it's magnificent. You get dropped off in the van. They're waiting for you with drinks every time. I remember last time when we went fishing, we got back from fishing, and I went, "Oh man, they give us drinks every time, not just coming in from the airport. You get a drink every time you step out of the van onto the lodge."
And somebody's working on that drink, whatever the concoction is.
Yep.
Because every day it's something new.
I remember last year I told them, I was like, "Man, I'd really not a fan of the mixed drinks if you guys could wait for me with a Corona." And remember, the van pulled around, and they were standing there with the trays and no Corona, and everyone was, "Oh, they forgot." And all of a sudden, we see Mauro running through the lodge, and he's got the Corona in his hand. So definitely no shortage on the service standpoint. It's a great place to go and just have a good time.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Having a good time, making memories. The level of fishing that you get in a short amount of time is unlike any other place. And I've been to Panama, Costa Rica, all over Costa Rica, and there's good fishing there, but it's not a total package. This place is a package. You're right there.
Yeah.
The camaraderie with everybody is great. It's very safe. You're very comfortable there, and it's something that I'm happy to be a part of it and do it. It's been exciting, and I'm looking forward to maybe not being the bridesmaid this year.
Well, that's all part of the game.
Yeah,
every dog has their days.
I know.
I learned that one from you.
Yeah, well, that's very true. Yeah. Right place, right time. So, opportunity preparation is what I always say.
It's like all the boats are next to each other when we're out there fishing. It's not like we go to a different spot and everyone's, all the captains out there and the mates. At the end of the day, it's a tournament, but they're working together to just make sure that everyone has a good time and catches a lot,
And everybody does communicate, all the boats, even though we're competing against each other, all the boats are talking to each other, trying to help each other, and they're a family there. Absolutely. Amongst all the crew and the captains and all of that stuff. And David Salazar's done a phenomenal job with that place, running everything, keeping it going. And, it's just been, certainly was a big struggle through COVID and all of that, but we got through it. And I'm just looking forward to some great fishing and some good times, and love to share it with anybody that might be interested in going.
Yeah, definitely can't wait to go back.
Well, we will keep everybody posted. And again, November 7th through 11th. If you're interested, let us know.
Yeah, 4 boats available, so we'll see you in Guatemala.
Absolutely. Until next time.
Bye.